And did I tell you the story of the guy in Brazil, 16-year-old? No. I'll just tell that. And this story has to do with the junior youth program, although this young person is 16-year-old.
60 or
16. It's a young kid. So, the House of Justice said 4 years ago that if we succeed in accompanying young people, junior, 3 years in the program, until the point they can begin with the sequence of courses, we would take advantage of a vast reservoir of energy and talent that could be dedicated to the spiritual and material transformation of society. This is 27 December 2005 message. So the story of this young man is the following. This is a young man who was found in a neighborhood in a cluster in Brazil. He represents one of the wonderful souls that live among the masses of the world. And this young man was found. He joined a junior youth group, and he was accompanied 3 years. And he finished the program. So then he joined the study circle, and by the time I met him, he was already in book 4. He had accepted Baha'u'llah. I don't know exactly when, but he accepted. His family was not Baha'i. I don't know if they are Baha'i now, but they were not Baha'i. It's just him. And the situation was the following. I was in this cluster and I wanted to meet with animators. And they said, we're inviting all the animators, but there's a children's class teacher who's also coming, but we want you to meet him because he was a participant of the program. And he's wonderful. Okay. So the meeting begins and the teacher is absent. Later, a few minutes later, he appears in the meeting. And then he says, excuse me, you know, I was late, I was doing something else. And then he sits down quietly, the meeting continues. And then the turn comes for him to speak. Well, okay. Okay, so, he tells his story. So his story is that a few months before, he decided to become a children's class teacher. So he began in his own neighborhood, without much help, a children's class. And he got 8 students in the first round, going around the neighborhood. 8 students. But he became very popular among the families. The boys got spread, and very soon he had 35 students. Yes, serious. 35 children in his class. So it was too much, and without anyone telling him anything, he decided to take the 2 older students, 2 girls, and train them with book 3 as his personal assistants. So, I don't know where he got that idea, but he just decided that that was a great thing to do. So he told the 2 girls, you're in charge of the small children. I will take care of the older ones. So the class was divided into classes. So the class continued, and that day, the reason he was late was that he decided to have a meeting with the mothers to discuss certain aspects of the program. And he calculated that it was a school day. And he thought, well, since it is school day, only half of the mothers will be able to join. That's what he thought. So he planned for 15 people, around 15 people, plus some children. So he planned for maybe 20, 25 people to be in his garage. He got some chairs. But he miscalculated. That day, school was off. So the story is that he got the 35 mothers. And there are children. So he got like about 50 people in his garage. So his mother had purchased some new sofas. He went inside, got the sofas out, and put them in the middle. Brand new. Children, mothers. At a certain point in the meeting, his mother, behind, shows up. His mother works in a daycare. And she's bringing more children. She's supposed to take care of. So the house is full of, half neighborhoods there. And he's supposed to give a speech. So he's very nervous. And one of the mothers says, "Why are you nervous? You don't know anything. You got us here. We're happy. You can say anything you want. We will hear you. We are happy. Whatever you say." So this gives him some confidence. And then he throws himself with a tremendous program. First part of the program, children's class education system. And then he talks about children's classes, book 3, and all the principles, probably book 3, entire book 3. So then he says that's not enough. Devotions. So devotional program and prayers, and then a round of prayers, and then he says this is not enough. Anna's presentation. So he gives Anna's presentation to the mothers. The full package. And the mothers are happy and excited and having a wonderful time. So when the mother comes, his mother comes, he says, "Mom, we have to give some refreshments to these people. What do we have?" And the mother says, "Well, I have this basket with bread that we cook for the family, but this is for the whole week. It's all we have." So he says, "Mom, we have to give the bread." And his mother accepts. So they give the bread out, no more bread for the week, fine, no problem. Some, simple some simple juice or something. And then the guy finishes the meeting and tells the mothers, "Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye, I have to go somewhere else." Runs to the bus stop, gets into a bus, then gets home. Friends, this is just the kid we found in a neighborhood in Brazil. The masses of the world are out there. And we have these gems hidden. They are treasures. And those treasures don't belong to us, belong to Baha'u'llah. And Baha'u'llah found in them. So how many more of those treasures do we have in the world? Wonderful people with a wonderful future. Intelligent. Capable of anything. With great spirit. They have been Baha'is all their lives. They were just waiting to be found. The future of this kid is wonderful. I can see it. He will go to college. He would like to get an education. He wants to become a teacher, an educator. He's going to go beyond the expectations of his own parents. The inspiration he's getting it from the parents, from Baha'u'llah. So he's going to be a leader, a spiritual leader of his generation. So I like his story very much. And I won't forget it. He taught me many things. And I will not mention some of you. He taught me a lot of things. I think that you needed this meeting as much as I needed it. So now we have more energy to go back, work hard,